Yo, just waiting for some more people to come in. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Just here to answer some questions. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If anybody has any questions already, what's up? What's up? If anybody has any questions, you could just start asking away, man. I'm just an open book, man. It's really relaxed. Any questions anybody may have. I just really want to take some time and give back to the community, man. So many people have been supporting what I've been doing. So I just want to take some time and answer some questions. And if anybody has any questions, man, just go ahead and shoot. It's just a real relaxed atmosphere. And we just hanging out, having fun, talking. Oh, man, thanks, Samuel. I appreciate the love, man. Got any questions for me? I'm looking at your last name. What country are you in? Chat viewing options. Slovakia. Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know what, guys? It's crazy because I can't see the other questions that pop up. What does an ideal improvement routine for drums look like for you? When will you put out Shed Track merch? The merch question is probably a quicker question. I'll probably be putting out some, probably top of 2021, man. I just didn't want to overwhelm myself with too much that's going on. And this video is going to be saved, so I will say Shed Tracks is the company that I started for like drumless tracks for drummers. So if anybody need any drumless tracks, just go to shedtracks.com, SHED tracks.com. It's a lot of free stuff you can just download and just have fun with it. So the other question was, what is a routine practice? What does a routine practice schedule look like for me? I would say it would consist of some warm ups, probably like some flammadiddles, some double paradiddles. It's a guy here on YouTube named Rob Brown who is actually, I learned this new thing from him. If I was on a computer, I will put it in the chat. Hold that question for me, bro, and then I'm gonna ask you to ask it again. Ask it again because I can't see on mobile. I guess you can't really see the questions that people are asking. None. Show chat. Let's see. Okay, there it is. I got it. All right, cool. So my normal practice routine. Now I feel good. I was worried for a second. My normal practice routine. Yeah, warm ups would be double paradiddles, flammadiddles. I've been working on going beyond like with my foot. Like my practice, I'll say like this. My practice mindset is always to be practicing the next hardest thing. So a lot of people, they can do doubles with their foot, like do 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 do, right? So I was like, man, I need to just start practicing triples, like do 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 do. Now I'm on like quads, so like four strokes in a row, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So I usually put the metronome on at about 100. And really, I'm thinking 200, but I like to put it on 100 or 50 so that there's less subdivisions. And what that'll do is actually just train your mind to keep time better because you don't have so many subdivisions, I guess, to lock onto. Like think about it. If you're playing and the click is going click 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 click, it's going to be easier to keep time because you have all those training wheels on. I like to call them training wheels. But if you take some of those training wheels off, you kind of have to learn how to balance yourself on the bike, which is your timing. You know what I mean? So if you take all of those training wheels off, you're able to like learn how to balance yourself better, meaning your timing will get better. You know what I mean? This slow click is busted. Yeah, man. It's hard work, but it's better because once you get in a concert and you're playing with a loop and the loop got all of these shakers and bells and congas in it, you feel so relaxed because you've been training to ride this bike without training wheels on it, so to speak. And so then once it's more fun and you get a lot more confident in your timing. So let's see, where was okay. It's weird how they do this. YouTube does this. All right, let's get to the next one. What does an ideal improvement routine? Okay, we touched that. When will you put out Shed Track merch? We touched that. What's up, man? Just one question. I know you play drums in a larger size church. How would you approach chops and or fills in a larger room? Um, I mean, it's easier in a larger room because a lot of times when you play chops, I hate to say it, but a lot of drummers don't have as much control, and you end up playing like really loud chops. It's hard to play chops small, so I mean at a lower volume. So actually, the bigger the room, the easier it is to actually play chops. So yeah. Hey, bro, I'm a beginner drummer, and I'm having a hard time hearing 4/4 and 6/8 time signatures. How can I start to hear these two time signatures? Um, I would say get you a metronome app that has a voice on it. So if you have a metronome on your phone, I don't know if you have an iPhone or Android, and it's got the click, 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 click. Switch it to the voice mode where you have the woman saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what you want to do is actually count with her aloud. It's cold, man. I'm walking around my neighborhood. Weather's changing in Atlanta, but you want to count with her and actually like that'll if you count like, I got that from Chris Coleman too. If you can count out loud, that will really help your timing and locking that in your brain. So I think that may help you. So try that out. Turn your metronome on the voice mode. There's a lot of free metronomes on in the iTunes the iTunes app store and stuff too. So C Spikes, what's up, bro? Um what else we got? Shed Track Song, what's up? Um have you ever worked on the New Breed by Gary Chester book? No, I have not. The New Breed by Gary Chester. No, I'm not familiar with it. Philippines in the house. What's going on? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Jazz, you crazy. Um, um. So yeah, I'll go back to the timing thing since we got a little bit more. Since I've answered the questions that's been answered so far, but yeah, man, that timing thing is crucial. I love practicing at, I won't say slower tempos, but if I'm really practicing at 100, like I said, I'll keep the click on 50 because that's gonna like help my timing. Like that's gonna help you by not having so many training wheels on your bike. All those click, 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 click. Just practice it a click, click, click. And when you sit on that drum set at church or your gig or wherever you're at, man, once that timing starts, you're gonna feel so confident, you know what I'm saying, in your timing. So let's see what else we got. Any suggestions how let's see, any suggestions how to record a show on YouTube live or Facebook by using the iRig Pro? How to record a show on YouTube live. Yeah, I mean, if you have an iRig Pro Duo, I have the Pro Duo, which is the $200 one. I mean, if you already use it, then it works when you go live too. Like right now, I'm live. If I was to plug it in, you know, you would hear me just like when I record my drum videos and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, you would probably, if you want to do it live, of course you need the feed going into your iRig, so you would probably need to like have it coming from your laptop If you're at church and you got like an Aviom system or Roland like M48 or I forget what the other monitoring systems that they have. Those are the two they have at my church. But yeah. Um, so weird. Hide all chat messages. Yeah, show chat. So yeah, fam. Um, how to get? Yeah, no problem, Sam. I'm here, man. I just wanted to jump on and answer some questions because I'm just like really grateful, man, for everybody that's been downloading stuff from Shed Tracks. I just appreciate the community, man. And I was thinking this morning, I was like, I want to give as much as people give, like to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I don't know, but yeah. Any more questions, guys? If not, I actually have something I wanted to. I wrote down a couple questions that I figured I'd address if nobody had something to ask, and that is a question that I get a lot. Is like how to get your name out as a drummer, like wherever you're from. And I know that's this question. Let's see. Uh, yeah, man. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the drum community. No problem, man. How to get consistent doubles on the kick? Is it a technique thing or just a timing thing? Michael, what's up, man? Um, I think it is a technique and a timing thing as far as getting your doubles consistent. I think the best thing you could do put on and just practice them like to do. I'm trying to think. I know I have like 7 or 8 free drum lessons on YouTube. Here on YouTube, I'm so used to being on Instagram, but I'm trying to think if I have any for foot in there. I feel like I do have a foot technique drill. I have a playlist of like 7 or 8 free drum lessons. If you go in there, you can find some of my lessons for foot technique. But I have this one exercise that I really love, man, and I actually got it from Stanley Randolph, who plays for Stevie Wonder. And when I tell students about it, I call it like climbing the mountain and coming back down. So if you turn on the metronome and it's like click, 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 click. So you're gonna go do 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 do. So what that sounds like is, so if this is 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your foot's gonna go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. I don't know if that translates like over the phone, but so if this is the beat, boom, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta. Your foot's gonna go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So you're literally gonna do this with your foot. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. You get it? So what that does is kind of like climbing the mountain and then coming back down. So you're going 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and you start that all over again. And this will be recorded. This replay will be up of this live right now. Okay. So I appreciate that who just chimed in and said they um love the videos. Thank you, Tijana. I don't know if I said it right. How to get my name out there later. Yeah. I call it live food. Use your videos. Hey bro, do you think it's the fastest way to improve the fluidity around the kit? Next time I do this, I'm gonna have to sit down on the drum so I can actually show this stuff live. Such a nice day outside. But fluidity around the kit, I'll get to those other questions too. This one's just first, so I wanted to answer this one. But fluidity around the kit, I mean, I would just do singles to start off around the kit. So right, left on the snare, right, left on the 10-inch tom, right, left on the 12-inch, and right, left on the floor tom, and then come back around. So pop, boop, 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 pop, pop, and alternate hands. Go left, right, left, right, left, right, left around the kit. You know what I'm saying? So alternate hands so that you can stay even. I also have a saying where I say I like to stay uncomfortable on the kit. Um, it's kind of like lifting weights. Like when you lift weights, you know how like that last push, if you ever lift weights, that are you doing push-ups, and that last push-up is where like that's where all of the progress is, because if you have to do 10 push-ups and you struggling at 9 and you push up on that last one, like that 10th one is where all the growth is going to come, and then 11 is going to be easier the next day. Then you'll be able to do 12, 13, 14. So it's the same thing with the drums. If you sit down on the drums, you want to get to a place to where you're practicing the things that you're not good at. And that's what I mean by being uncomfortable. Because when you can conquer that place where you're not good, like a lot of people will sit down on the drums, they get 15 minutes and they sit down and they just noodle on the drum set and just play drum beats and whatever. And that's not really practicing. That's just having fun, which is nothing wrong with having fun. But if you're actually trying to get better, you want to take that 15 minutes and actually practice something that you're not good at doing. And that way, the next day you come back, you'll actually be better at doing that thing. And then that's how you actually progress, like 1%, not even 1%, like a tenth of a percent every day. But you know, over 10 days that adds up, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll find yourself getting more comfortable and more comfortable on the drum set. Let me see other questions. But did I answer your question? Let me see, did I actually answer it? Yeah, fluidity around the kit. Also, so try rudiments around the kit too as well. Paradiddles, double stroke rolls, flammadiddles. Do all of those like on your toms. I think we get to just playing single strokes around the toms or just playing fields, but you need to practice your rudiments on your toms too, which will actually help your balance on the kit and your comfort like overall in the kit. So, what equipment do you use for your videos? I use my iPhone Pro, iPhone 11 Pro, and I have I have the iRig Pro Duo plugged into it, and that's all I use. I don't have a Canon or a Sony right now. I'm probably gonna get one of those down the line, but right now I like quick and easy stuff. I don't like editing. I know a lot of people have multiple camera angles and stuff like that, and man, I commend those people. But I just like to get I like to get stuff done. Like usually the videos you see me post on Instagram, by the time I'm finished within the next 20 minutes, they are up because I'm able to just the way I do it. I'll record. If I feel like I get like a good take, I'll actually stop. And then if I want to do it again, I'll press record again so that every time I stop the camera, I'm actually stopping what I feel like is a good take of a clip on Instagram. So what else we got here? Hey, bro, what do you think is the fastest way? We already talked about that. Equipment, we talked about that. Okay. Um, yeah, Tijana. Yes, you did. Cool, cool. Okay. How long have you been playing? I've been playing drums for, man, probably about 25 years. So, like, almost all my life. Like, it's crazy. Um, yeah, just growing up in church, like that's the culture. Like if you have it in you, if you like most young kids, we just grew up around the musician section at church, and if you got any music in you, that's where you're gonna your uh your skill is gonna be cultivated, for lack of better words. How do you stay motivated? Lately. I've been staying motivated by listening to and watching things that I watched when I was younger, like the things that initially inspired me. Like man, the first thing that made me actually want to play drums was seeing Little John Roberts play the Janet Jackson Velvet Rope tour. Like I went to that concert at the Oakland Coliseum in California, where I'm from, and that was my first time going to a concert like outside of church. And so I heard that was my first time hearing drums mic'd in an arena and seeing like fireworks. I mean, it was Janet Jackson, you know, she's a legend. So it completely changed my life because I grew up in a small church of like, man, maybe literally maybe 20, 30 people. And so my first time seeing Janet Jackson in an arena, I didn't know music was done on that scale like that. And it just completely changed my life. And I stopped running track, I stopped playing football, and I completely just started focusing on drums. I think I was like maybe 13 or 12 at the time, or 13 or something like that. And I just got really serious, and I started like doing the Guitar Center drum off and actually won the drum off. It was really weird. It's crazy. But that's what happens when you get serious and just dedicate yourself. So that's kind of how I stay inspired, man. I just watch stuff and listen to stuff because those are vibes that actually stay with you, man. Like, you know how you can hear a song and it'll take you back to like a certain time in your life. It's the same thing with music and videos. Like you can actually stay you can stay motivated by like revisiting those vibes and then just watching my friends and my peers that are actually like doing it now. You know what I mean? Like I watch their clips and see what they're doing and like, man, he sound good. Oh, I like that move he did. Then I'll practice some of that stuff too and put my own little flip and spin on it, you know? So yeah, let's see. Hi bro, which is better? Um, how long have you been playing? I think I just answered that. What'd I say? Like all my life, probably about 25 years. Hi, bro. Which is better to practice on, pillows or practice pads? And which pad would you recommend? Um, to be honest, man, I never practiced on pillows. I practice on my leg. Like if I'm just sitting on the couch or watching TV, sometimes I'll practice on my leg. Um, and then pads are good too because pads are have more bounce to them, you know. So I would say just both, you know, whatever's convenient at the time. I don't think that one's better than the other. How long should a drummer, how long should a beginner at least practice a day? It depends on how much time you have, for one. I mean, I would just say practice as much as you can, really. If you can, I'd say practice as much as you can. Yeah, Jay, what's up, bro? He said he just finished his live. That's my guy, bro, Yanje. Y'all follow him too, man. Adding great value to the drum community. He actually has a whole video on how to mix drums in Logic. If any of you guys are Logic users, he's got two videos, an hour-long free course on his page about how to mix your drums in Logic. So check that out. He also has some channel strips that he just made for the drum community. You can just sit them on your drums, like not sit them on your drums, but if you use Logic, you can just import them and it automatically mixes your drums for you. So yeah, sound like fun, right? So hi bro, what is the best exercises for chops? Huh? Tracks coming to share tracks too. Yeah, he's an amazing producer. All of the above. Amazing producer, keyboard player, drummer, mix engineer, all of the above, man. Went to Berkeley with me actually, Berkeley College of Music in Boston. So not with me, came after, but we both went though. Yes, sir. Best exercises for chops. Man, those are loaded questions, man. If 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 I would be straightforward with you, best exercises for chops would be rudiments. Chops just come from practicing rudiments and sorry for the background noise. Chops just come from rudiments and sticking your foot in between, man. That's where chops come from. Like I said, next time I have to sit down on a drum set and actually do this live so that I can actually show examples of questions that I'm actually getting. But to try to be more practical with that, yeah, like rudiments, and then I can't really tell you how to stick your foot in between while we're on the phone. But again, I have 7 free drum lessons here on YouTube. If you just go to, when you get off of here, just go to my playlist and you'll see it. Free drum lessons from Carlin Muccular. And then I literally have videos called How to Chop. Literally, that's the name of the video, How to Chop. So check those out. I have like foot drills, I have hand drills, I have videos called How to Stay Clean on Drums, like all of that. So yeah, check those videos out. How can I gain confidence behind a drum kit when my peers are around? Yeah. That's a good question. Now, I'm gonna go. I don't, for me, music is spiritual for me, especially when I'm playing gospel music or whatever. And I think that you have to focus on why you're playing. Why are you making music, right? I'm gonna get a little deep with you guys. Why are you making music? Are you making music to impress your friends? You should be making music to serve people, whether you're in the church or whether you're playing at a club or what. If you're playing at a club, people are getting off of work. They want to come. They want to go out to a bar, whatever, or club, wherever you're playing. They want to have a drink. They want to dance. They want to have a good time, right? Those are the people that you focus on, making sure that they're having a good time, dancing or whatever. If you're at church, then it's like you really supposed to be focused on, I guess, God number one, but more so you're there to serve other people, man. Like it's easier said than done because you may have in church culture, depending on what type of church you grow up in, you may have 5 people standing behind you waiting for you to do something dope, and I absolutely hate that. I hate that culture, like, and I'm happy that I'm like I'm happy that I don't have to deal with that a lot anymore. But the one thing that I will say is that I never tried to pay attention to, I never tried to impress people. And God has blessed me to, you know, just play with some amazing artists from, Israel on down, you know what I mean? And I can tell you that one thing is that I never tried to impress people. And if that can encourage you, hopefully that encourages you, man. Because I think it's a spiritual principle or a universal law, depending on what you believe. They both are the same thing, if you ask me. But I believe that overrides trying to impress people. When you're trying to serve people and make other people happy and make other people feel good with your gift to make music, your ability to make rhythm and make people move their feet. I believe if you focus on trying to like get people to have a good time, or if you're in church, if you're trying to focus on people, to focus people's attention on worshiping God and serving the song and playing for the lyrics, I believe that overrides trying to impress your friends. And I believe that like a lot of the top musicians, they're really humble dudes, and they're not always trying to impress somebody with a chop. If you look at these pop gigs, if you look at the stuff on TV, the award shows or the Super Bowl, you don't see Brian Fraser, you don't see these drummers up there like going for blood, meaning just chopping all day. That's like peer pressure from your friends. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the professional way to do things. There's a time for that. Like Instagram, I have fun on Instagram. Like I chop and stuff like that. But if you see my church videos, I'm more in the pocket. I'm serving the song and I'm playing with a unit, a band. It's not solo time. Instagram is different, like I said, because it's just me. I can have fun or whatever. But don't focus on trying to impress your friends. Focus on the people that you're playing to. Like I said, if you're in a club, focus on keeping that beat straight so people can do their two-step and have a good time. If you at church, focus on the people and helping them to worship God and turn their attention to God. So it's a long answer, but I couldn't give a short answer to that one. So I hope that helps somebody. All right, let me see. How can I gain confidence? Boom. Answered that. Chops come from rudiments and sticking your foot in between. This opened my third eye. Really? Okay. Cool, man. That's why I'm here, to help. That's the link to one of his chop lessons. Oh, thanks, Jazz. That's Jazz Kelly on the Shed Tracks account. How did you get the Israel gig? Okay, I'll answer that. Really appreciate how you use your platform. All positive vibes keep going, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Terry and Carmen. Mac, Mac Daniel, what's up, man? What's up from Montreal? I try to stay blessed, man. Thank you. Okay, so there's a question I missed. How did you get the Israel gig? How was it like? The Israel gig came from a friend of mine, Justin Raines, who plays bass for Israel. He's been on bass with Israel for like 14 years now. Anyway, Israel's drummer, Kevin Camp, some of you guys may know him. He's the last drummer that played on the album, Alive in Asia, with like In Jesus' Name and all that type of stuff, and My Strength and all that stuff. That's Kevin Killen. So Kevin had been with Israel for what, 5, 6 years, and Kevin got ready to get married. Yep. Justin Rafiki Reigns. So Kevin was getting ready to get married, and he wanted to just chill out, come off the road, man, and just be a family man, and work on his production and stuff like that. So once Kevin stepped down, then me and Justin are like great friends, man. We played at the same church in college, and I've known Justin for almost 20 years now, so well, no, not that long. I'd be like, what year are we in? Yeah, maybe like 15 years from college or whatever. So once Kevin stepped down, Justin told Israel about me, and then shoot, next thing I know, I was on a flight to Trinidad to just audition. It really wasn't an audition, because you don't really, like, to be honest, guys. Once you get to a certain level in your music career, there's not really auditions. Maybe like for pop gigs and stuff like that. But some gigs, like, you just get called, man, and you gotta be like, they'll send you a Dropbox and they'll be like, yo, learn the stuff, and you just end up there. No rehearsals, no nothing. Your first rehearsal is like sound check. Like, I got called, and a few weeks later I was in a different country playing with Israel, you know what I mean? And you just learn the music as much as you know how. And the biggest tip I can give you is to, if you get called, because that's usually how it works, guys. If you get called for a gig to sub for somebody else, especially like a big artist, you want to sound like the original drummer. Like I would say you want to sound like, play the parts from the album. You want to make it seem like there's nothing missing from, and like I said, usually on these big gigs, it's not, the drummer is not up there like going for blood. So I'm not saying go up there and play a bunch of chops because you want to sound like the original drummer. Usually they're playing parts, they're being professional. So the safest bet is, if you get called for a sub, play the parts from the album, even if it's small local gigs. If you playing a Michael Jackson song, play the patterns. Rock with you. Not play the beats. You know what I'm saying, from the album. But to back all the way up, yeah, Israel. I did the first gig with Israel in Trinidad, and man, I just kept getting calls after that. You just learn the material, serve the song. Don't try to show off and impress nobody. You don't really have to. You don't have to really try to impress anybody, because when you're trying to impress somebody, I think that comes off in the music. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you just learn the music and play the parts, man, and serve the song and serve the people. And the goal is to get called back. That is the goal. If somebody calls you to do a gig, a sub for somebody, the goal is to get called to sub again. And then usually drummers move up in their careers, man, and or they can't do gigs, and then you just, before you know it, you may be subbing for 3 different artists around town, and then this other drummer move up and start playing for this artist, and now you got the gig under him. And that's literally how it works, man. You just keep bettering yourself at home and practicing and getting better. Your timing will get better, you'll sound cleaner, you sound more solid, and then that's just how it happens. How do you learn music quickly? Okay, let me check and make sure there was no questions before you. Just a Ricky Reigns. Who mixes your drums for your videos? Do you do that? Yeah, I do that. How do you learn? I actually went to school for music production and engineering. I didn't go to school for drums, so that's how I know actually how to mix my drums and stuff like that. So, how do you learn music quickly? And I see your session. I see your question too. C4CP. Is it better to work on technique and rudiments first, or how to play a song? Because I want to start playing at church. Okay. How do you learn music quickly? So, how I learn music quickly, and the longer you do this, the quicker you'll get at learning music. So, when I first listen to a song, I'll start immediately, and I'm dividing the songs into bars. So usually, song structure is an 8 bar verse, or it might be like a 8 bar beginning or a 4 bar beginning, right? Intros. And then you may go into the verse. The verse may be 8 bars. And then there may be a pre-chorus, which is 4 bars or 8 bars. And then there's a chorus, which is usually 8 bars. And then after the chorus, may repeat for 4 bars, like a post-chorus, where it's just like a musical break, and then they go back into the verse again, verse 2. Well, that first half of the song that I just named usually can be copied. Is usually copied and pasted to the second half, so that format usually repeats. So if you know the first half of the song, you kind of know the second verse and the second chorus, or second verse, second pre-chorus, and second chorus. I hope I'm not going too fast, but the front of the song usually looks like the middle of the song. And so after that second chorus, then you're usually going into some type of bridge or a big energetic drive if it's gospel or CCM, or maybe a breakdown if it's CCM. So, but either way it goes, I'm counting bars. So I'm just splitting everything up. I'm like, okay, so the verse was 8 bars, the pre-chorus was 4 bars, the chorus is 8 bars. Then it's starting over again. Second verse, 8 bars, pre-chorus, 4 bars, second chorus, 8 bars. Now we're going into a bridge. So, and then after the bridge may be 8 bars, 16 bars, and then they going back out into a chorus. So after you remember the bars, now you have to remember the pattern, like the pattern, the beat pattern. So is it like boo boo got boo 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 got? So after you remember the bars, you just have to memorize the pattern that he's playing. So, and the longer you play, the more you do this, the quicker you'll get at doing that. Is it better to work on technique and rudiments first, or how to play a song? Because I want to start playing at church. Well, all that goes together, because you're gonna have your maintenance, which is like practicing rudiments and just exercises. Period. You're gonna have that. You have to get better at doing that stuff. But then, like every week, as you become a more professional drummer, you start getting more calls. You're gonna have more and more songs to learn. And that's the thing, man. As your career progresses, like you get less and less time to practice. Like honestly, so. And then if you have a family, like a wife and 2 kids, and or if you work a day job, like it can turn into a lot. So let's see. Is there any videos you have on how to do that? No, but I actually do that. It's a good idea. Mario Reynolds, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'll work on a video. I'm trying to create some more time in my own life, honestly, to help serve both of these platforms, Instagram and YouTube. Then I play at my church, and then I got shed tracks to run, and then I'm a husband, then I'm a father. Like that's literally like 5 or 6 jobs. So I'm trying to balance it all, but I want to be more consistent with my YouTube videos, and that's a great one to record, is basically how to learn songs quickly. So think I will do that. My friend Josh, actually no, that wasn't the video that went viral for him. But there's a few things going on right now. Like Drumeo has a video with I forgot the drummer's name, but he learned the song like on the spot. He listened to it like once or twice and then played it back verbatim. So, but yeah, guys, any more questions? Larnell, that's his name. Larnell Lewis, man. Killer player, man. His foot is crazy. He's super clean. Um, make sure I haven't missed any questions. Um, what's up, Mac from Montreal? Montreal is cold, man. Um, I think the question that I did not answer, the last question I had was how to get yourself out there, how to increase your visibility, like on the drum kit, like as far as building your career, like where you live, like how to go from zero to achieving your dreams, basically, you know. And so this will be the last question if nobody else has any questions. I think this is a good one to end with. But as far as achieving your dreams, um, I'll start with a story, man. Like I play for this saxophone player named Jeff Sparks. I was playing with him like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and we would do all kind of gigs like general band gigs, just like weddings and stuff like that. But we would also do some gigs like at malls and stuff like that around around Atlanta, and we were playing mall food courts, man. Like it was crazy. I was just happy to play though, right? I was happy to look at the lady that was over there on her lunch break eating her Chinese food and bobbing her head, and she was just enjoying watching us play, right? I wasn't on some huge stage. I wasn't in Dubai with Israel or nothing like that or whatever. Like, but I was enjoying that moment and serving that lady, right? Out, and then there was be another guy over there dancing off beat, you know what I mean? But he was enjoying, he was on his last 10 minutes of his lunch break, getting ready to walk back to his office. But what I'm saying is, at every stage in your career, you have to learn how to serve the people. And that's the beginning, I believe, of progression, because that spirit comes out in your playing. Like, and I'm gonna get to some more practical stuff too, but on your way to your dreams, make sure you enjoy every level that you're at. Because again, I believe that it's a spiritual principle and a spiritual law that, you know, like if you sow into people, more good energy will come back to you, right? So to be more practical, I think I slightly already touched on it. To be more practical, subbing is usually how you get from one stage to the next in your career. By subbing, I mean that you're substituting for somebody else's gig, right? So, you know, you may have a friend that's on a different level than you. Maybe he plays for a bigger artist than you, or maybe somebody you don't know, right? So now I'm being practical and I'm giving tips. So there may be somebody that you don't know, that you may be able to DM them on Instagram because you're in the same city as them. Maybe you could ask them, hey, like, are you playing anywhere this weekend? Like, I would love to come tech for you. And now we're getting into adding value to people. That's another way to progress in life, is adding value to other people and making sure other people are taken care of. Like, you know, and I have another story I could use to explain that. But so say you hit up the guy that's local in your city, say, yo, are you playing somewhere this weekend, whatever, do you mind if I come tech for you? Like, I can help you bring your drums in, I can help you set up, I can help you break down. And you're not trying to be weird, you're not trying to be creepy or whatever, but you're genuinely offering help, like to try to tech for somebody or something like that. And you're just trying to, you know, just make friends and start off by adding value, giving free value. You're not calling somebody saying, yo, bro, if you can ever make a gig, just call me. It's like, I don't know you. Like, I'm not going to ever call you because I don't know you. But when you can come in offering value to your friends or to an artist or whatever, you know. Oh, here's another quick tip. If you get a chance to play for an artist you like for the first time, tell them thank you after the gig. Say thank you for allowing me, this opportunity to play for you. And I promise you they will remember that. I've done that myself. But anyway, but yeah, you could offer to tech for somebody, and then, like I said, usually that's how it happens. You may end up getting called to sub for that gig. Put yourself on social media now. As far as building your name up. A lot of people are getting gigs straight from social media. If your profile is growing and they can see that you can play professionally and play parts and fields where they're supposed to go, definitely you use YouTube. Definitely use Instagram. But yeah, that's how it usually starts, from subbing. Sub for somebody, and then maybe you end up taking over that gig once that other drummer's there, and then you graduate from one gig like to the next. Basically, as long as you're working hard in your private time, your practice time, you'll continue. So you play professionally by playing the parts that's on the record as is. So, if you listen to any gospel song anyway that has live drums on it, long story short, play what's on the record. Play the beats that's on the record. Like, play the patterns, pick patterns, play the snares. You don't have to match the feels verbatim, but at least stay in the same style. You know what I mean? So, let me see. I got 10 minutes left. I think I missed some questions. Rambling. Hope I'm not talking too much for you guys. How do you practice when you're away from the drums? I don't. I don't. How do you practice when you're away from the drums? I don't. To be honest, like, some weeks I learn so much music, I don't even listen to music anymore. Once I get in the car to go home, like, when I'm playing drums, I'm playing drums, but when I'm not, I'm not. Like, when Keith, what's up, man? He said, when can I get a lesson? How do you learn the genre you don't enjoy? That's gonna happen, man. If you're playing drums professionally for a living and you got a family to support, I said a wife. If you have a family to support, you're gonna be playing stuff you don't like sometimes. It's not ideal that you want to do that, but you just have to honor the genres. You know what I mean? And listen to the players. If you playing country, listen to some country songs. If you got the set list, kind of dig into the bands of the songs that you're doing, and just kind of like, you know, learn some of that stuff. Drumeo.com, they have a huge selection of lessons on how to play a lot of different styles. Um, cool. You wrote everything down. Awesome. Um, yeah, man. And so when I said that adding value thing, that's real, man. Cause guys, like, when I was in college, like, somebody said you play at a really large church, and I do. My church is really huge, but I didn't get that. I didn't at my church because I technically impress somebody. Let me tell you how I started playing at my church. My church is World Changers Church International. They're on TV every day, like TBN and stuff like that. Some of you guys may have heard of my pastor, Creflo Dollar. But church is like 30,000 members, like a bunch of different locations worldwide or whatever. And let me tell you how I started playing there. I was in Boston. It was my last semester, second to last semester of school at Berklee College of Music. And there was a guy who would come around our drum department at Berklee College of Music, and he was ask people for lessons, and a lot of people would not give him lessons. And so I decided to give him a free lesson one day because I was down there and I saw him consistently coming around, and I was like, let me get this guy a lesson. So I give him a couple lessons, like one a week, right? Just for free, whatever, just because I saw his passion. So just nothing serious, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just showed him a few things here and there, right? So then our last lesson, he asked me, what am I going to do when I finish Berklee? And I told him I was moving to Atlanta. And he was like, oh, I have a friend in Atlanta. And so, a lot of musicians have friends, so I didn't really think too much about it. So I leave Berklee. I go home for Christmas. The guy who I was giving lessons to calls me on my phone, and he's like, oh, I want to call my friend on three-way. So I was like, sure, go ahead and call your friend. And, he's like, I want to call my friend in Atlanta because you're getting ready to move there. So he calls his friend, and it's the minister of music at my church. Can you believe that? A guy that I met in Boston that I gave a lesson to didn't even know him. I gave him a drum lesson, and a few months later, he introduced me to the minister of music at one of the largest churches in the world. And that's why I'm saying you don't have to try to impress people, guys. Like, you don't have to, like, you don't have to try to, like, your friend standing behind, let me try to do the dopest lick or the dopest chop I know how to do. My phone froze for a second. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, I believe in playing from your heart and playing from your spirit, and not even caring who's around, man. Like, it comes with the territory, unfortunately. Like, the music industry, like, that comes with the territory where it's like it's a showy industry. But if you can put all that aside and just play from your heart, man, I'm telling you, you will enjoy your career a lot better. Yeah, Mario Box is so weird on mobile, man. Um, I'm a 14-year-old drummer, and I see younger and older kids doing chops and fills I can't do. At least one fills. How do I change that? You just have to practice, man. It'll come. You're 14. You got a long time to go, man. Just get better a little bit more every day. Stay on YouTube, studying these drummers. Like I said, I have free drum lessons in my playlist, and you're 14, man. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to stress about. Just use all of this time. Here's what you do, Mr. 14-year-old. Yeah, slow things down. Here's what you do, Mr. 14-year-old. Spend every minute you have practicing drums. If this is really what you want to do, I mean, you can play some video games and stuff too, but spend as much time as possible practicing, man. Because, you're 14, you can be preparing for an audition for college. Like, I auditioned for Berkeley, and I got a scholarship to Berkeley. You could be preparing for your future right now. So, she said, I'm 26 and a female, and I have time. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, spend your time, man, just practicing and getting better. That's what I did when I told y'all I saw Lil Jon play that Janet Jackson concert. After that concert, I was done. I quit football. I quit track. I quit all the sports. I was like, I'm doing music. That concert changed my life, and I focused on it. I think I was 13 years old at the time, and I did that at 13. I focused at 15, like I won the Guitar Center drum off, and then I ended up getting a scholarship to Berkeley at like, what, right before I turned 18. But that all came because of a decision I made at 13 to get focused about drums. You know what I mean? And that's a blessing as musicians. We know at an early age what our talent is and what we want to do. It's still questionable if we'll be able to do it, like if it'll sustain us if we want to do that like full time for a living. But but it is a blessing to know what you're good at a young age, and you can take it as far as you want to take it if you lock in and just shed as much as you can. So, any more questions, man? I feel like I'm rambling. I hope I'm helping somebody, man. Do you play with other instruments as well? Yeah, I play piano a little bit. I don't play it well enough to like play in church, but I produce. And I don't know how many people are. Oh, I can see 18 people are watching right now. But I have a company called Shed Tracks where I make drumless tracks for drummers. So it's shedtracks.com. We got a lot of free stuff on there if you guys want to go on there and check it out and download some free stuff and sample some stuff. So we make drumless tracks for drummers to just have fun to on the internet. If you don't play with a band where you live, or if you just need tracks to just have fun to and want to post, like, we have a lot of free stuff on there. You can just go and download for fun and just rock out. Awesome. Glad to help, man. What would you recommend if I want to start recording my drums? Um, if you have the budget, I would recommend the iRig Pro Duo, because that's the best thing that I've used to record my drums, at least for videos. For video. videos, I actually have the Focusrite Claret. It's like what all my microphones and stuff are plugged into. And I use Pro Tools. I have a MacBook Pro. What would you recommend if I want to start? You had me. This is great stuff. Cool, man. We're approaching an hour, guys, so I just wanted to jump on and say what's up and add some value, man, into the community. And hope I help some of you guys out today. And I guess I will holler at you guys later, man. This will be left up as a replay. Do you record your drums live for your productions, or do you use samples? Yeah, I use samples. I record over them live though. Yep, yep. What Jazz said, what Shetrek said. Yep. Thank you. But yeah, I record my live drums over and this is crazy because I want to do this on YouTube because I know I don't go live on YouTube a lot. This is actually my first time live, and I'm on Instagram a lot. So, but this will be left up as a replay. So if you want to go back and if you didn't see the beginning of this, or if you want to watch it again or save it or share it, you know, or subscribe to the channel. I don't know if you guys came over from Instagram or what, but yeah. All right, guys. So I will, man. I will, Mario. I'm trying to be different, man. Well, I'm not trying to be different. I'm just trying to be myself. Don't ever let anybody not let you be yourself. That sounded weird, but always be yourself. You make the rules. You don't have to, do what's cool or don't do something because everybody else isn't doing that. No, whatever you want to do is what's going to set you apart, man. Like, that's what's going to make you different. We all have different fingerprints for a reason. 7 billion people on this planet, and we all have different fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing. So you guys keep being you, keep growing, keep shedding. And yeah, man, I will holler at you guys later. Mario, I appreciate you, man. All right, guys. Talk to you later.